Alright, just gonna do a quick little video here. It's been a while since I posted anything. Been busy doing stuff around the house. Here's something I've been working on right here. Installing a new boiler. Yeah, this is it. The old one, about 20 years old, cracked, started leaking. So I bought myself a new one and tore the old one out and started putting it in. So decided to change it up a little bit. I used to have multi-pump. Now I just have one circ right here. There's the control box. Nothing fancy there. I'm changing up the controls. Back here is where everything comes in. I'm moving everything around. There's two transformers. I've got 3 zones there. I've got 2 zones there. And in the back room, I've got 2 more, I believe. Yes, 2 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 7 zones. Yeah, so that's it. So I got a couple of little things I had to rig up. This is something. Made myself a adapter here. Let me see if I can show you this one-handed. Let me show you. We're going to see what this is. Obviously, you're going to know exactly what it is. There you go. The old bicycle end. And you got that right there. So what you do is you take your hose, which cool thing about this hose, this is one of those jobbies you get with a new washer and dryer set. This is one of the washer hoses. This was for cold. These are fairly high pressure. So I cut that off. As you can see, there's your standard rig. Goes right in there. It holds well. And then I got just brought the little pancake down here. It's over here. There's Chuck. I can top it off, and what I'm looking for is right there. I was able to run it up to 20-30 pounds. It actually kicks this right there, your overflow, overpressure at 30. So that's where it can escape to right there. If it does blow, it goes in the deep sink. But you can see here that still has some air in it. Still holding some air pressure, so that's good. That's how I tested all my lines. I'm not a plumber, nor do I pretend to be one. But I did this here. There's the start of my loop that goes around the back, comes across here, down, and then to the pump. The pump's actually moving the water down into the boiler. The hot stuff comes out right here. Goes up, 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 up. There's your tank, there's your air, and there's your distribution mess that goes out to all the zones. So the water's going up and out. So whenever these babies here open, which they're all pointed down, the water then is allowed, the pressure kicks on, turns the pump on, the pressure goes through and allows each zone to bring cold water back. Now the reason for this is the loop, and you can adjust it here depending on how much bypass you want. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to work that yet, but the idea is that's always mixing some hot with cold coming back so you don't shock the boiler, which is what Burnham said happened with the last one, though I did get almost 20 years out of it. So that's the case. And you might ask, why the smaller diameter pipe? Well, if part of the problem is cold water, why would you want large volumes of water sitting? So I'm thinking it makes sense to have less pipe diameter, and if each zone calls for heat here, then if you actually look inside one of them valves, the hole's very small, about the size of a pencil, so it's not going to flow that much anyway. So why do you need to be running, equivalent to that size out of here? So, and this didn't make sense to me, so I just did 3/4. I don't know. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, I guess I'll just know if the house is cold, the boiler's hot. The boiler runs, it gets hot, and the house can't warm up. I would assume that I'm not moving enough water to each zone. So that then will lesson learned. find out. But it seemed to work well with this section, which was always zoned with just valves before, which ran off of one pump. Actually ran 4 zones off of one pump. That was in this back zone here. You can see that back pipe goes up. You'll notice it just, it just comes across here. So that was always done that way. So now in the back here you got your 2 transformers. Why? Honeywell says only 4 zone valves per transformer. So I've got 7, so 2 transformers. There's the service switch, which kills power to everything that's tied to this. That wire goes up and over that way. That goes to a floor heater. Has a squirrel cage fan in it that spins once it warms up. That wire comes down and is on the back and is going to the boiler itself. So there you go. There's a quick video. We gotta do a little update. Oh, here's one more thing. A little deal I like to do with braided wire. I always like to solder braided to braided. And I just take some heat shrink, get her good and hot, shrink it on, and squeeze the end, and it seals it. Always seems to work good for me. Okay, thanks for watching.